how to combine custom shapes in Photoshop. I'm using 221, but you can use 220, 218, 219, etc. And simply, got these two shapes here, go to Layer menu and down to Combine Shapes and Unite Shapes. And that's it, simply combined. So let's go right back to the start and just go over here, Custom Shape Tool. Now this may be in a completely different position for you, depending on the customization of Photoshop. Custom Shape Tool, got Shape option at the top. So there's the Shape option. Fill is set to black, and then I've got Shape here. It's one of the legacy shapes. So if you haven't got those, you have to go to the Shapes panel, go down the Shapes panel, and you'll see at the right side menu, there's an option to bring in those legacy shapes. So just remove that. Now, to add a custom shape, simply just click on the document and drag. Just add it like that. And you can resize it to any size and release. As soon as you've done that, you've got that shape. What you can then do is you can apply it again. It doesn't have to be just one, it can be multiple. So simply do it again. And it's on top of the existing one. So I've got two shapes there now. If you go to layers, you can see I've got two layers, both vector layers, which can be any size. Now I can use the Move tool, just go up here to the Move tool and select, go over the entire set so that both of the shapes are now selected, and they're selected. Another option, if you want, is Window and Layers, and simply just go over here and click on the first and click on the next, holding down the Shift key. So both are selected. Now, to combine them, simply go to Layer menu and Combine Shapes and Unite Shapes. So now they're combined, solid. However, you'll notice there's a bit of a sort of this line here. It's not completely done at this point. I'll show you how to finish it off in a few seconds, but I want to go first to Undo, and I'm going to go to Layer and Combine Shapes and Subtract. Well, that does subtract front shape. Of course, the one that you created last is on top. So this one is the front shape, and that's been removed from obviously the earlier shape, the one that's below. So undo that again and go to Layer, and again go down to Combine Shapes and Unite Shape and Overlap. All that does is removes basically most of it, and just a bit where it's just overlapping, those two pieces are overlapping, it just creates that design just there. So you create some quite unique vector designs. And then undo, and then the last one is Layer, Combine Shapes and Subtract. So instead of obviously the previous one, that middle bit, you've got the bits where they weren't overlapping has been created. So just undo that. So I'm going to go now to show you how to completely finalize it. So Layer menu and Combine Shapes and Unite Shapes. So now they've been combined. They're perfectly reasonable. But if you go to say like Edit and Define Custom Shape, you should be able to define it as a custom shape. So if you do Edit Custom Shape, and you can see there, they're combined into a single custom shape. But sometimes it doesn't always seem to be available. I don't know why, but I find the easiest way is just go to Direct Selection Tool, just over here in the Tools, Direct Selection Tool. So select that and then just go all over the whole thing, see all the points selected there. Then what you can do, Edit and Define Custom Shape. So it's not available, this is a quick solution. Define Custom Shape, and that should work. So now it's stored, so I can remove that. And now if I go back to the Custom Shape tool, Custom Shape there, and go down, and you'll see it's been added down there. And there's your custom shape. And that's, again, if you're using the shape, fill, you can just apply it like that. And of course, what you can do, you can create another one there, and you can do the same again. So again, hold down the Shift, select both of them, and what you got is an option then to go to Layer and Combine Shapes and Unite Shapes. And again, you've got them combined there. However, and again, this is another thing I wanted to show, because I didn't show the bit with that thing. So I'm just going to select that there and go to another shape. Let's go to another shape. And I don't want those ones. Just go down to signs. Yeah, it's just a sign there. So I select that and I select that. Select both of the shapes again. And like I say, when you go to Layer menu and Combine Shapes and Unite Shapes, you always get this little bit here, which seems a bit odd. You suddenly think, what's that? Why is that there? Well, what you can do, you can go to the direct selection tool. There's a direct selection tool there. Select all of the points, and then when you do that, you've got this option here that suddenly appears. Just in the middle, right at the centre bit, along this top bar. And what you can do, you can go to down here, and you've got an option, combine shapes. You can also subtract front shapes. Do that if you want. If that's what you want to do. I'm not going to do that. But what I want to do is the bottom one here, which is merge shape components. And then they become one complete shape. There's none of that gap. So now that's it. It's frozen, solid. It's just done as a complete shape. And again, you can do that again. So press return. Now I can hold down the Alt or Option key, and that duplicates the bar. So I've got two designs here. Again, exactly as before. Hold down the Shift, and you've got both those selected. What you can then do is you can go to Layer, Layer menu, Combine Shapes, and Unite Shapes. So it's again, they've been united. You can see over here in the layers, you've just got one complete layer. However, you've still got this weird sort of combination. Again, go over to Direct Selection tool, select all of the points, everything there, and then what you can do, go to this just central bit here, and then you can go down there to this Merge Shape Components. As soon as you do that, then it's merged into a single shape. And of course, what you can do, you can always, of course, go to Edit and Define Custom Shape if you want to save that as one complete custom shape. Of course, once you've done all that, Custom Shape tool, you can, of course, go there and you can export those designs. So you've got these designs, so you select those just there, just in this panel here, go to the right side, and then you can say Export Selected Shapes. So you can save these designs if you want to save them for future projects. You can simply go Export Selected Shapes and you will save them as a CSH file. And that's it, which you can then import at a later point if you wish. Or use them in, obviously, 222, 223, 224, obviously whenever they come out. That's it. That's a way of combining shapes, obviously to unite, subtract, etc. in Photoshop. I've been using 221, but you can use exactly the same approach in 220, 219, etc. Hope you found this video of interest. Always adding new videos all the time about Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Critter, Clip Studio Paint, Painter, and many, many others. Also, please subscribe to the Graphic Extra channel so you can find out about all the new videos that I'm always creating. Like I say, I add these videos virtually every couple of days. There's always new videos. And also, please add some comments. Always appreciated. Maybe, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What other things should I explain about how to do this? Also, other topics that you may be interested in. Please let me know. Also, a dislike or like. Always appreciated either way. Thank you much.